kind of get grounded into our own energy. So if you want to, just start seated with me. And we'll just begin by having our hands on our knees, or you can either place a hand on a stomach and one on your chest. But just start to notice the breath. Beginning to let go of any worries, anxieties, anything that you feel like you just don't understand. See if we can just release that, release what's not meant to be understood. And just coming into a place of presence in your own body. You can start by inhaling and breathing a little bit deeper, really filling the lungs from the lower ribs as well as the upper chest. And really exhaling fully with each exhale. Softening the belly. And let's start with bringing one arm up over our head and getting a little bit side flexion as we inhale, and just continue with your own breath, moving at your own pace. Making sure both sit bones are still grounded. And reaching really through the fingertips, but keeping your shoulders stacked if you can. So let's go ahead and move to a standing position. And just to kind of warm up the spine a little bit more, bring our arms to a 45-degree angle and just gently twisting comfortably. So the stance will be comfortable. It doesn't have to be super wide, but just to where you feel like you can easily twist gently. And then we'll move into some sunflowers and moonflowers, just to warm up our hips again. So as well as grounding ourselves, maybe starting to think about things that you could be grateful for. I was thinking about that this morning. I also had a lot of confusion, so just really following your breath, and with each breath, maybe finding that intention for what you feel, what your truth is today. So just going back over our sunflowers and moonflowers, toes are pointed over at towards the corner of your mat. And we're inhaling to reach the arms up, sweeping them low. Knees are directly out to the sides. The tailbone does tuck slightly under as you come down, so that the pelvis is vertical. And then moonflowers again, you're just bring those elbows in and hold. We'll go through one or two more of these. Really grounding down through your feet and seeing if we can lift up through the arches of the feet and press down in the inner thighs all the way up. We reach. And we'll come back to center here. Go ahead and turn your left ankle about 45 degrees towards the back corner, and then your right foot will point towards the front of your mat. And we'll just twist here to warrior one. Feeling that hip flexor, lowering the shoulders so that you have this space between your ears. And the pelvis, again, is turning towards the front. And let's exhale and bring that leg down to the mat. We'll just take one exhale back here, maybe lifting your toe, pointing the front foot as we exhale into our hamstring or runner's stretch. And then coming back forward. Go ahead and see if you can place a hand on your knee. Now notice how my knee is behind the hip, seeing if we can make sure that we're really grounding down, feeling the hips coming down into the earth. See if we can lift the back knee, coming into our first lunge. And we'll just step back to downward facing dog from here. So lifting the hips and stepping back, pedaling one foot at a time. I feel like this is a little too loud for me. Okay. So we're downward dog, just breathing here, widening in the shoulders. Release the tension in the neck by just moving the neck around. Downward dog is a great place to really rest the neck and the head, but you can also lengthen the spine and reach towards the fingertips. So on our next inhale, we're going to lift the right foot out behind and extending through the heel if you can. You can also point the toe and extend through the ball of the foot. And let's just slowly start to curl that knee in and roll forward onto the hands into sort of like a mountain climber. And inhale slowly to extend back out. Just repeating this sequence a few times. Feeling the shoulders grounding down as the heart lifts up. So one more time here, and we'll just go ahead and lower that knee down. Now with this left foot out behind, we can start to lift that knee into a 90-degree angle. And here we are in sunbird. Just starting here with sunbird, we can move that leg back down and inhale it back up. So notice my knee is at a 90-degree angle. And we're just pressing down to the hands in that rounded knee. So we'll flow through our sunbird here, just a few breaths, 3 to 5. The neck is neutral. I'll just consciously breathe in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and step, kind of come back into like a kneeling. Oh, there's a bumblebee outside. We're going to step the left foot forward this time so that we're in our hip flexor stretch on the other side. So now we have our right foot grounded, left foot forward. I apologize, I think my music might have paused again. Okay. So here in our crescent lunge, why don't we bring it up to elevate the torso. And again, just focusing on your own breath, feeling the hips grounding down. And your shoulders drop. And we can also start to move back and forward a few times just to stretch out that hamstring. So we're going to get prepared to lift up that knee. We'll go ahead and just rotate the back, put it to where we are at. Oh well, my screen went black, so I can't see anybody. So we're going to start to rotate that back ankle and come into warrior one on the other side. Nice and easy. And breathe and hold. We're going to slowly exhale and come back down into the hands On either side, lifting the hips up, you can step back to downward dog. Just pedaling one foot at a time. We're going to prepare. Now this time lifting up the left foot out behind, extending through that heel. On the inhale and then on the exhale, we slowly curl that knee in, join it between the shoulders. Really engaging the core to help lift and support the spine. Might have done the other side. Might have done the wrong side. See if we can lift the other leg up. I think I did. So, lifting up that right foot. Now, why don't we go ahead and just lower both knees, sinking back to a child's pose. Slowly floating the weight back forward. Bring back to that tabletop position. I think I know why my screen went black. And let's have, there we go. So we're going to come back to our quadruped position, and then let's start with sunburn on the other side, just to really get evened up on the legs. The music cut off again. There we go. Oh. So sunburn. Again, we're going to have that, this time on the right side, I believe. We're going to lift that leg 90-degree angle. Make sure your joints are right underneath knee and shoulder. So 3 to 5 breaths here. Inhaling to extend. Feeling that glute, lower back. And then we'll go ahead and come back to child's pose. Letting the head rest on the mat. Coming back to center. And then slowly, why don't we go ahead and come back to downward facing dog. Just lifting those knees. And then we'll step the feet forward to come into a forward fold here. Take a moment in your forward fold to go ahead and bend those knees, holding on to either the elbows, or just letting the hands rest on the floor, on our block. Relax the neck. Maybe turning the head or nodding the head forward and back. And then slowly, slowly curling up. We're going to start to come to a standing position. And then turning, I'm going to turn and face this way now. Well, I think we should try our balance pose today. We'll be pyramid and going back into our half moon, which I think we've done previously. So just as a forewarning, this is one pose that you might want something to hold onto as you come down. I'm going to use probably my yoga wheel, but just to hold on to, like maybe even, I don't know, a small stool or a chair. But to begin with, we'll go into pyramid pose first. So to get up in pyramid pose, we have feet parallel, but at a shorter stance than like a warrior pose. The legs are straight, so why don't we go ahead and take our hands forward, and then we'll exhale to bring them behind us, and if you can clasp the hands, fingers together, you can grab your hands, or if you have a belt or a strap, you can always extend that grip with something a little longer. So we're lifting the heart forward and up, shoulder blades pressing down and back. And so as we begin to exhale, hinging at the hip, keeping both legs straight. We move into pyramid. Neck is neutral, spine is very long and straight. The navel is supporting the spine. And then if you can go ahead and allow the torso to come further down for a deep shoulder stretch. But that is definitely more, it's an option, modification, move up in intensity. You can always just hold on to the knee or just bring the hands to the airplane. So moving forward, this is where we're going to shift into warrior, or I'm sorry, not warrior, but half moon. So half moon, we actually do stack the hips. We're seeing if we can just slowly bring that back leg up, about 90 degrees, parallel to the floor. And then depending on where your hand grip is, you might be able to turn and look up at the top hand. But just having that patience with yourself first is always the most important thing, right? So just never, make sure you smile, laugh at yourself too. So just slowly coming back out into a standing position, and then stepping the feet wide. You can take a straddle split here. Hinging at the hips again, but this time pressing into the sides of the feet so that you can feel the inner thighs pressing away from each other. And breathe. Make sure to follow that exhale. And then slowly maybe stepping the feet a little closer together so that you can comfortably roll back up. And then we can switch to pyramid on the other side. So check this. All right. So taking our stance again, feet are going to be parallel. It's kind of weird working on carpet. The feet are not as stable as they usually are. All right. So again, you can take that shoulder stretch and lift back. This is really just to lengthen the spine and keep that heart lifted as we hinge forward and keep the legs straight. And again, the stance itself is not that wide. It's about, for me, it's about 3 feet. And again, the options here for arms, you can use airplane, hands, palms facing down, shoulders squeezing together. Or you can go ahead and take that deep shoulder stretch, whether you have the strap or not. But always try to let that heart guide you if you can. And then slowly roll back up, get your block or whatever you're using to support yourself. And then beginning to slowly roll and shift the weight forward. So if you've got warrior, I keep wanting to say warrior 3, but I was trying to do half down, half moon. But I guess, warrior 3 is a little bit easier if you would like to just try warrior 3. Maybe just bringing the hands to your heart is where we're at today. We're just balancing here with the leg behind. Warrior 3, the hips are parallel to the floor. So we're not actually stacking and looking up, we're just holding it here at center. You can also reach the arms out forward for warrior 3. And just noticing how that rounded leg is really adjusting with each little shift in your balance. Each little shift in body weight matters. So that's why that breath really helps us to stay fluid, right? Let's bring it back to a center straddle split. Moving forward at the hips. This time, if you can, you might like to reach the arms down and just step the hands behind the feet to go for a deep straddle split. And slowly walking the hands back forward. We can heel toe the feet a little closer together. And then why don't we just come into a hero's pose, coming into our knees. You might like to roll the calf muscles a little bit out to the side so that you can easily sit back on the heels. And just sit here for a moment. Let the legs fold. It's good to fold the legs after doing a lot of stretches in those hamstrings. And then starting to roll back, we'll come into just a simple butterfly. So bringing the soles of the feet together. Notice if your tailbone, you feel like the lower back is rounding and you're not able to sit up tall. You might want to elevate your hips a little bit. If you have a blocker, I don't have my block with me, but that is an option. If you want to elevate the hips here in butterfly, that helps to kind of take the tension out of that lower back. So we're breathing, lifting up through the heart, exhaling down as the shoulders release. And feeling the hips just open up. You might like to even rock from side to side. Some people really like doing the whole, or no, crack the egg game with that. And then let's bring our feet, I'm gonna sit sideways. We'll bring both legs forward into staff pose. So you're in staff pose. Feel the knees grounding down. And we'll just first take the arms up overhead. Again, lifting up through the heart, feeling that tension lift out of the lower back. And then see if you can guide with the belly button or the heart. And lower the arms down, smooth the legs. If you have a strap, you can also use that to help extend the breath again. Otherwise, just holding on to the toes or the ankles. So then coming up out of staff pose, let's just take one leg and bring it close to the hip here. And then hugging that knee with the opposite arm. You step the other arm back and just lengthen the spine here in a slight twist. Keep both feet flexed if you can. Well, I guess the extended leg does that. But then as we breathe, you can inhale to lift up the heart, lengthening the spine upwards. And then with the exhale, try to twist a little bit. Now if you want to, you can even bring this elbow to the outside of that knee. And let's just go ahead and come back to center, lower that knee out to the side. What I like to do is reach down and grab my extended big toe with my these fingers. And then squaring my shoulders, and then come forward over. Be a nice lateral flexion here. Coming back to center. And just moving to the other side. Taking a small twist here, hugging that knee. Lengthen the inhale. And slowly lowering that knee out to the side. We'll take our last lateral flexion on the other side. I feel like I should face the camera. So if you can't reach the toes, it's okay to just hold on to the ankle. Or if you have a strap, definitely just use a strap there. All right. So coming back into a simple stack pose, just bend the feet, bend the knees. How much time do we have? A couple minutes. We'll just roll down and move into a relaxation. But just to easily ease back into it, keeping those knees bent and then rolling back down. If you'd like to, you can take a small knees to chest and just massage the lower back here first. I always like to kind of massage that lower back before relaxing. And then either just resting the knees together, hands can be wherever is comfortable. Just try to find a really comfortable position. To come back into this now moment for you, wherever you are, wherever you're at. Noticing the breath. Just coming back into your own space of awareness. Whatever's true for you, acknowledge those things and honor those things. If you'd like to, you can rest here in Shavasana for as long as you need to. Or you can just slowly start to roll to one side. And then I like to use my hands and press myself back up gently. So today I have my little Tibetan singing bowl. I figured I might we could maybe close the class out with it. I'm gonna pause this so I can do it. That way, maybe you have something to kind of, I don't know, what would be the word? Close out your intention, close your practice, signify your new growth. So thank you for sitting here with me doing your yoga today. Again, my name is Lindsay, and thank you so much. So namaste, and namaste.